Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. So, yes, today we'll be addressing the current issue on ground, which is the whole fuel scarcity happening now in Nigeria. So, what is causing the fuel scarcity, and how can Nigeria move past this? So, there's a lot to question here. Why are we having fuel scarcity in the first place? Why are Nigerians suffering? And what is the solution? Do I have the solution? Apparently not, because I'm not the government. But what led us to this point where fuel is now over 800 naira on NMPC? Then imagine if NMPC sells for over 850 naira, then you can imagine what other filling stations that are black market filling stations that are retailers from NMPC are selling. So let's look at this. Let's just dive into this and let's discuss it. Really, what's happening to Nigeria and why are we here where we are at this moment? So first of all, I came across this particular article on nairametrics.com, and this one is titled NNPC finally admits debts owed to oil traders responsible for fuel scarcity. So look at this. In their article, they say the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has finally admitted that the debts owed to international traders as a major factor in the ongoing fuel scarcity in the country. So we are in debt, literally, if the Nigerian Petroleum Commission is saying that they are owing international traders a lot of money. So in a statement released on Sunday, the NNPC spokesman Olufemi Shoneye confirmed reports by Nairametrics and other media outlets attributing to the fuel shortage supply disruption caused by outstanding debt obligations to international traders. So let's continue. While NNPC acknowledged this situation, the corporation did not disclose the exact amount owed to these traders. So I came across another article that talked about over $2.2 billion owed. This one is saying that that they didn't disclose the amount, but here's what Nairametrics said. It is worth recalling that Nairametrics previously reported that NNPC was indebted to oil suppliers in tune of 6.8 billion in subsidy debts, making it challenging for corporations to procure imported petrol products. NNPC Limited has acknowledged recent reports in national newspapers regarding the company's significant debts to petrol suppliers. So the whole petrol supply and the debts that NNPC owes to this international trade is what attributed to them even removing subsidy in the first place, because they couldn't sustain the subsidy due to the debts. That's what they told us. But apparently, we see that it goes deeper than this. NNPC has acknowledged recent reports in national newspaper regarding the company's significant debts to petrol suppliers. The financial strain has placed considerable pressure on the company and poses a threat to the sustainability of fuel supply. In line with Petroleum Industry Act (PIA), NNPC Limited remains dedicated to its role as supplier of last resort, ensuring national energy security, and we are actively collaborating with relevant government agencies and stakeholders to maintain a consistent supply of petroleum products nationwide, Shoneye said. So what does this mean? It means NNPC's recent statement comes amid a severe fuel scarcity gripping nation. The situation also suggests that the oil company may no longer be able to maintain the fixed price of petrol following the removal of subsidy in May 29, 2023. NNPC indicated that it is seeking financial relief from the federal government, hinting that the company might rely on government intervention, possibly in the form of a subsidy, to navigate this financial crisis. The growing social anxiety over the potential return of the subsidy has intensified, particularly with various reports suggesting that the federal government may have reinstated the subsidy following Naira's devaluation. Number 4, although NNPC has yet to confirm the reintroduction of this subsidy, its recent statement suggests that the federal government may need to step in to settle some of the company's obligation to international oil traders. So what they are just saying here is that the company needs that the NNPC is depending on the federal government to be able to mitigate these debts that that they incurred, and either in the form of them removing subsidy or managing it. So they've removed the subsidy, which was also a way to tackle this financial debt, but apparently it was not enough. So this is what you should know. Nairametrics earlier reported that the fuel scarcity has returned to major cities like Lagos and Abuja, with vehicles seen queuing at various filling stations selling petrol. This comes as NNPC denies owing oil traders a $6.8 billion fuel subsidy debt, which some believe is contributing to the supply challenges. Major roads in Lagos and Abuja were noticeably empty, as observed by Nairametrics, due to motorists lacking petrol to move around. Even NNPC owned filling stations are completely shut, with some motorists waiting in front, hoping the stations will eventually open. The product was sold yesterday at prices ranging from 840 naira to 1000 naira at various locations around the country. Exactly what I'm saying. So the prices have increased. The NNPC is really in debt, and also the situation of things are just terrible. So we see here is that despite the fact that subsidy has been removed, it has not solved the problem of Nigeria in terms of the debt that has been owed, and it has not even also reflected in other areas of the Nigerian economy. So let's also relate this back to what Dangote said. Remember that Dangote had offered to be a supplier of Nigerians fuel, and he had an issue with the government, and they were talking about regulatory issues. So Dangote, in his defense, said that the Dangote fuel is one of the best fuel. So we see a lot of politics going here, a lot of dirty games being played behind the scenes as regarding fuel. I'm sure it's because they already have some suppliers and they are making various money from the whole transaction of the international trade with fuel. I'm wondering, if we have a local production refinery in Nigeria, Dangote refinery in Nigeria, why are we still buying petrol from outside? Why are we selling oil and buying the processed form for us when we have refinery by Dangote that can process this? So let's just see what Dangote said in this place, and let's also reference Dangote speaking about the current fuel scarcity as at now. So let's watch.
The real one that you now know that they are right is to take from the filling station, and also to come and take also from our production line. Now you will be able to tell Nigerians that this is it. But the marketing of a company by a regulator that he's supposed to protect is very, very unfortunate. It's good that we didn't even know that you are going to ask us to stop by the road and pick up diesel. And we didn't know what you wanted to do. And when we got here, I said, okay, fine, let them go and take sample. And the chairman downstream of the house and the chairman midstream of the house went with our people to pick up a hot sample. They brought, you've tested, and you've seen where we are. So we want to clear that, yes, we produce the best diesel in Nigeria. And
So yeah, he's saying that what he's saying here is, if they want to check how well their diesel is, if they claim that regulatory problems is the reason why they have not approved Dangote to directly supply Nigerians with fuel, they should take from a regular filling station and compare it with Dangote production fuel, and let them see which one is actually better. So he is saying here that Dangote fuel is the most reliable fuel and is the best fuel so far. So let's continue.
If the regulator wants, he can come 24 hours anytime. He has people here. Let him conduct this. And I would like to also the media to show our lab, and I want them to also show the lab of the regulator himself. He should show us which lab is he using. Yes, because as a regulator, he's supposed to have a lab. If a regulator doesn't have a lab, then we have an issue. He cannot rely on somebody. He's supposed to, check us.
We are always the first mover. We always move first, then other people will follow. And we have never, ever, whether consciously or unconsciously, stopped anybody from doing the same business that we are doing. You heard what I said. in the refinery, we did not, and I repeat, we did not collect one single incentive from the federal government of Nigeria.
So it's making it known that it was never bribed by the government to do his lab, and it never did collected any money from the government in the production of that their lab. So it was truly done on a private. It was done privately, even though he had external investors to get the lab, the refinery built. He's just saying that the government was not involved. So it's not like something that they will now be shady with it and try to use it for personal gains. So he's very transparent with the refinery and how the refinery works, and he has challenged the government that bring your product and we bring our product, and let's see which one is better, since they don't want Dangote to supply directly locally. So that's what Dangote is saying here. And there's a video of someone showing Dangote fuel. It was so clean, it looked like water. Let me show you the video. Of Dangote fuel. You can see that's fuel being poured into a tank, and that's Dangote's product. See how purified the fuel is. It's not looking like the kerosene type one that we're used to. It's looking very, very clean, very clean. All right, so that's just the fuel situation, and let's see Dangote talking about, because he was interviewed again concerning this current the current situation, fuel scarcity, and what he thinks about the whole situation. And this is what he has to say about that.
In the whole world, with over 200, close to 200 cranes working simultaneously. Today, what I have in my hand is premium motor spirit coming out from the Dangote refinery. History is being made today, and I'm standing with a man who incidentally has gone grey pursuing this dream, and I'm going to ask him how far he wants to travel after today's achievement. Alaji.
Thank you. Well, how far, there's no limit to how far, going to, as a human being, obviously we have ambitions, and I think our own is to make sure that we make our country and Africa proud. So the journey just started, and we'll continue, we'll start. The journey has just started today, you are right. Really, even 5-6 years ago, I don't really have gray hair, but right now it's history. But we thank God, at least we've been able to deliver. So I can say that, it's a golden gray hair, which I believe it is worth it. And I'm a very, very happy person today. I must thank really, our great team, led by Ms. Edwin, for making this dream, possible. I must thank, also Mr. Alake for giving that support to make sure that this...
And let me just interject and ask how much of support you're getting from the present government, and if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has thrown his weight behind what you're doing here today.
Well, I'm coming to that, so, and also to thank, my family, not only because some of them, they work with me, but because they've gone through tough times, by not seeing me, by not spending time with them. For being very, very understanding, my own friends that are around. But most of my appreciation will go to, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his government for giving us all the support. People can have different perceptions, but without the support of the government, we will not be here. That's what I keep saying. And I want to put on record that I want to thank the governor of Lagos, because he has done a marvelous job by giving us all the support. 10 years ago, there was almost nothing here. But this is what you call a dream. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, then the governor of Lagos, dreamt about establishing this in about almost 18, 20 years ago, and nobody thought about coming here. Actually, my first time here was just to come and look at the land. This was 2015. I've never ever been to this area of Lagos, but you can see what a dream can actually do. So I must thank him, and I pray and hope his own dream that we used to push Lagos up the ladder. Okay, he will apply 10 times that, on which I know he's trying. He will apply 10 times that in the federal government's operations.
Okay, let me just ask you quickly. This is PMS coming out from the Dangote refinery. You did promise us, you did tell me severally when we've been visiting here in the last 7 to 8 years that when this happens, it's going to be Euro 5, which is the highest quality of PMS you can find around the world. Can I readily put this in my car and begin to run?
Yes, you can put it in your car and begin to run. And it will actually save your engine. It will give your engine the best performance. It will not be the normal one. And you can even see our diesel. Our diesel is very light. It's like water. So which people have never ever seen before. But that is what you call Euro 5 diesel. Our diesel now is about, is less than even 30 ppm, which is great. And we'll keep pushing. We'll get to 10 ppm.
Okay, so finally from me, I'm so excited to hold this, but it will be more interesting if we can drive this supply and distribution down into the countryside, down on the streets, into the cars, into the engines. I can see your gantry positions here, 177 tanks for storage, and beginning to wonder how soon can we have all these trucks crisscross the streets of Lagos and supply petrol and
our gasoline can be, that is PMS, can be in filling stations in the next 48 hours, depending on NNPC.
Would you want to comment on pricing? How much would you sell per liter of this PMS?
On PMS, what I told you, it is an arrangement which was designed and approved by Federal Executive Council, led by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. As soon as it is finalized, which he is pushing, once we finish with NNPC, it can be today, it can be tomorrow. We are ready to roll into the market.
Thank you for obliging me this. You told me you were catching a flight. Still 10 minutes into your time. Let me allow you go to wherever you want to go to right now. Thank you very much for obliging us your time.
Okay, thank you very much.
So this is Dangote speaking. He didn't outrightly say anything against the government. He was just telling us that he has the full supply and it's ready to go into, it's ready to hit the streets of Lagos within 48 hours if it's approved by the government, but it's still in process. So what's hindering this from hitting the supply? Why can't we get this fuel? Of course, there are some background things going on to which he talked about earlier, but now he had to, since he's in communications with them and he's doing business with them, so he had to say that his stuff can hit the streets. So there's fuel available. So it's not like fuel is not available locally, but the international debts NNPC is here to pay, and the fact that they and Dangote, they have not approved and totally functioned, totally allowed Dangote to distribute this to the public. Dangote is telling you that there's fuel available, a very good product, in fact better than what you currently have, and this can hit the streets within 2 days if only your government can do something about it. That's what he's telling us here. So yeah, so for me, what's the issue to this? What can be the solution? I don't know the solution. I don't know if you do, but what I would say is that I pray the government can make better decisions and they'll put the masses in consideration when they are making these decisions, because clearly sometimes these decisions are being made without putting the middle class, the lower class, and the general masses in consideration when these things are being made, because people are actually suffering. People are lacking of food to eat, and now transportation is a problem. For transportation hike due to fuel scarcity and everything. So the situation is getting harder and harder for the average Nigerian man. So it's not easy, but this is the situation. This is what we are facing now, and I hope it can be solved and the situation can get better. So tell me what you think about the whole story about the debts NNPC is owing, and how we can move past this. Yeah, this is just a conversation we are having, and I hope it has been insightful to you as it has to be to me too. I'll see you on the next one, and with that being said, my people, peace.